Hey yo, how's it going everyone? Entropy here today with another video. Today we're going to be doing something a little different, and this is going to be a personal criticism of Global's operations, right? So that sounds really like heavy, but it really should be, because small things can lead to not so great game experiences, especially when these small things are honestly really easy fixes, right? And so let's talk about misprints in Vanguard Zero global server. Now, first of all, misprints are common in any TCG. You know, the fact is text undergoes many changes before, you know, it goes from design to actually printed on the piece of paper, right? And it's really hard to misprint a card because, well, you know, you can't literally just erase it and like change it when the cards and the packs are already shipped out, right? So that can happen. Of course, there's many ways to mitigate that as well, just better quality assurance, double checking your files or whatever. But that's not the point today. Today we're talking about the app, right? So this is a digital, well, game, and these things shouldn't be too difficult to update. The problem is it's not day one of Vanguard Zero having typos or misprints, and it's clearly not the last of it all. With so many updates, at least one update once a month, you'd think that, you know, maybe we could sneak by and just change the text at the beginning of the next month, right? Like if you're lazy, you don't really want to like send up an update, make people download like a few megabytes of data for that little change. That's, you know, could be understandable. Could be understandable if it's not worth the time. But this is especially important when certain cards are relevant to the metagame and could actually affect gameplay, right? Like you read the card and it actually does something else differently. This isn't like, it's literally just that, right? Like it's coded differently. It's not intended to do what the incorrect text states. And so let's talk about some examples that I found. And I found from the Discord I asked this morning from you guys, some that you mentioned, but I would be interested if you could mention any other examples. Now, of course, many have been changed from time to time, but I'm listing these because they are not new. They're not fresh, as in they're not like new from a new set or a new event. They have been here for a set or two already, and they still haven't been fixed yet. And they are meta relevant, and that's important, right? Because if it's an obscure card, you know, oh, it doesn't work as intended, it doesn't matter, you know. But if it's a card that you expect to see frequently enough, then having that misprint is a big deal to me personally. So let's start off with GRs, right? So one of the GRs we have from G set 4 is the Aura Geyser Doomed. Now, Aura Geyser Doomed, it says Canvas 1, turn a card from the G zone face up, retire 3, blah blah blah. And then if you have one or more face up Supremacy Black Dragon or Geyser Dragon in your G zone, you do stuff. If 3 or more were retired, this unit also gets +1 crit until end of turn. Now, the correct text is actually if there are 3 or more copies of the Aura Geyser Dragon. This actually makes a difference because, well, the skill says you reveal 2 and you retire 1 for each grade 1 or less revealed. So I don't think you can actually retire 3. Excuse me if I'm wrong, but you know, anyhow, even if you did somehow manage to retire 3, as if you don't have 3 copies of this other GR, it wouldn't activate anyways. So it's just incredibly awkward the way this text works. You know, sometimes text can be misinterpreted, but as long as the end result is close enough, like I understand that you can get away with it. But with this, the activation condition, the trigger is very different than what's intended. So this is a little bit of a big deal to me personally. Now, of course, I don't have a copy of this, but I've seen people play this unit against me, and that's why I've been noticed. Like I noticed about this just because it's a bit weird, but this is something that's worth mentioning. Second unit we have is the maximum seal dragon. Now this unit skill, I can kind of get why they misprinted this, right? So it says Vanguard Zero, when your Vanguard attacks, camera must want to have all your front row units get +5 for each locked card during your turn. The problem is that, well, the first text when your Vanguard attacks, it's actually supposed to be when your unit attacks, when this unit attacks a Vanguard. You can kind of get that because generally Vanguard's text is kind of simplistic, or they try to be. If it's Vanguard Circle only, then they wouldn't repeat when your Vanguard attacks, right? So if you play this deck like maybe once or twice, you should know how this works, but still, like, it is not what the text says. Like when this swings rearguard, you won't be able to proc the skill, and so that could lead to some misplays, not intended. I don't know if that counts as a misplay, but it's still wrong text influencing play, and so I don't think that's a good thing. I definitely don't think that's a good thing. All right, some non-meta picks, or maybe less meta picks, some more recent picks. We have some from Aquaforce. We have a grade 2. The Recon-in-force Orca Soldier. Now, wave is a new keyword we have, but the text actually says wave second battle only. So this is a big deal because, as you know, Aquaforce does do some restanding plays. And so if you mistime the Orca Soldier attack, or if you restand this, and you think it's an 11k beater, then unfortunately, you're very wrong. Is it your fault? Definitely not. It is the text's fault. So this, you know, as a grade 2 resist unit, I definitely think it could see play. Is it that popular of a pick? No, because Aquaforce has a lot of great grade 2s, but it is still a very budget option as a rare, and it could be great in certain matchups, and it definitely could be deceiving to many players. And lastly, one more, even more recent pick. Now this one was from the new set, right? Like the G set 5. Even more recently with the Great Nature event, we have a trigger. Grade 0 triggers. Yes, we have a trigger here, Protractor Orangutan, which states, when retired during your end phase, you must want to add a Protractor Orangutan from our deck to your hand. This is not a big deal because you're supposed to just add one from your deck to your hand, but for beginners, like I'd say like 80, 90, 95% of the player base, this shouldn't be a big deal. But for beginners, I don't know, maybe they might think that there's like some card, like there's like a shared deck. I don't know, because the text is just different from everything else. This one feels nitpicky. I just think this is funny. Monkey wrong text. A communist monkey here. But okay, so you know I only have 4 today, but I guess you kind of get the gist, right? Like the first one, it's a GR. We have support for Claret Sword in 2 different sets, and it has been a rank reward, so more people could give it a try. So the card doing that at that rarity is an issue. Is it the most meta relevant card? Not really, but it is viable if people want to play Claret. You have like Joker with Seal Dragon. This card is pretty relevant, right? Most Messiah decks at least play 1 because the combo is so insane. Definitely worth fixing. Aquaforce, budget option, not really too popular, but in some matchups could be useful, especially if you expect your opponent to play a control deck. Definitely could affect gameplay, could affect matchups, could affect the results of matches because of that extra 3k, right? And lastly, Monkey, it's just communist monkey, it's just funny, don't mind it, it's just chilling here with our decks. So 4 examples here today, different levels of importance, but overall, I think the point I'm going to try to make is that it's a digital game You know, it shouldn't be too hard to fix. Maybe more recent stuff, too late to fix it, don't really want to do an update, sure thing. Cards from one set ago, cards from 2 sets ago from Fighters Collection, still not fixed. Little bit of a problem there. So hope we can get some more attention to this. It's not super big deal, but for people that are maybe more casual or just trying to get into the game and the cards are not doing what it says it's supposed to do, it's confusing, and it's not ideal. It's not ideal. Again, not a big deal, but not ideal. So that's basically it. Let me know down below if you have any other examples of erratas or misprints. Not even erratas. Erratas are like if they change it afterwards, right? Any misprints that you've noticed, I'd love to know. If they can't figure this out themselves, maybe we can help them out and try to fix their game. So that's basically it. I hope this doesn't sound too condescending. I'm just really curious why we still have this kind of situation this far down the line. Like, we literally have resources like the Vanguard Zero database, which provides us with the correct translation. So if they can't really translate it properly, then just check out the community-based resources if they need to. Even though RIP Vanguard Zero database. So yeah, that's basically it for this video. Thank you so much to Kamui, ZBD, KC, and 2Mellow for being members of this channel. Thank you for watching. I hope you can help contribute to helping us, or helping me at least, recognize these misprints, so at least we can play better during our game, even if they don't fix it. I think that could definitely help, and I hope at least I've informed you of 4 different texts. That is not what is intended. So thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good time, and see you soon. Bye.